Garrick and I had been married about 2 months before he just disappeared. And I was about 4 months pregnant with our daughter. A few days after he returned, he was very apologetic. He told me that he was going to spend the rest of his life showing me how much he loved me and making up for what he had done. After Garrick came home, he continued to disappear for days, weeks, and even months at a time. Garrick left me to have our daughter by myself and didn't see her for the first 3.5 months of her life. A few months later, Hurricane Katrina hit. We got $65,000 in insurance money. Garrick took the money and disappeared. Garrick was always disrespectful. I've been called a bitch, a whore. The first time Garrick hit me, we had been married for 3 years. He went to hit me in the face. I pressed charges and Garrick was arrested. The final straw was Garrick dropping his pants in front of my children and mooning them. And 4 months later, we were divorced. After 6 years, Garrick convinced me that he was really sorry for all the things that he had done, so we got remarried. I was doing everything I could to try to make him happy. Nothing was ever good enough. Some of the same things from the first time started to reappear. Garrick lost interest in the bedroom. He even told me, it's not happening, you're just gonna have to handle things yourself. I knew something was going on. So I hacked his Facebook account only to find that he was sending private messages to women. So a friend of mine and I made a fake profile. Within 15 minutes, he took the bait. Garrick's waiting at the bar to meet this girl. He turned white as a sheet when I walked in that door. All he could say was that he knew it was me the whole time. He's such a piece of The guy that I once thought was my Prince Charming turned into a nightmare. I couldn't take it anymore, and Garrick and I divorced a second time.
After 2 failed marriages, Gwen is still not deterred and says she is still madly in love with her 2-time ex.
Right now, Garrick and I are not married and still continue to argue on a daily basis. He continues to tell me he loves me, only to find out it's the same as always, one lie after another. Not only is Garrick trying to meet up and have sex with people through Facebook, email, and Craigslist, he's also on multiple websites. I can't believe he's sitting there trying to convince me he loves me and still wants us to be a family while he's out anybody and everybody that will pay attention to him. The only way that I would ever consider giving him another chance is if there was some way he could prove to me he didn't have sex with all these people. I don't know what more I could do to show him I love him. I have done everything possible, and it's never enough.
Well, Derek says Gwen is a vindictive, sadistic succubus who is just out to ruin his life. Charming, right? But he says if she could stop being that way, he would love to be a family again.
Out of the 3 wives I've had, one of them was the good one, and it wasn't Gwen. I got remarried to Gwen because I was lonely. I wasn't sold on getting remarried the second time, but we have a child together and I was trying to make it work. A marriage is supposed to be all about give and take. Well, I gave and she took. Gwen might tell you that she's not controlling, but she controlled every aspect of my life. She pretty much controlled everything except when I shut the bathroom door. She was paranoid about me looking at other women, constantly accusing me of cheating. Actually, I did attempt it a time or two, but I never went through with it. I feel that I put more work into the marriage than she did, including in the bedroom, because I tried a lot harder to please her than she tried to please me. She would call me a fairy boy, a pansy boy. During the breaks of our marriage, she would tell me that her boyfriends were younger than me, better in bed than me. She'd call me the 8-minute man. She'd talk about the size of my skull. She would call me egghead, football head, and cone head. I've had many nicknames for Gwen. I've called her a sadistic succubus because she sucks the life out of me. I've called her a drama mama because she's never met a problem that she can't make worse. Gwen has told me when she's done with me, no one's going to want to have anything to do with me. If we both got our acts together, I could see a point where we might get back together, but I don't know if we'd ever say I do again.
Is it your belief that there's just not another person on the globe that would love you?
No, I don't believe that at all.
So why him? Why do you keep coming back to this person that you say has beat you, robbed you, lied to you, stolen from you? Why him? I mean...
We have a daughter together, and he messages me every day.
Okay, well, how about you? You say she's a sadistic succubus? I mean, come on, we've gone to biblical here. She's so bad that you've got to go to biblical terminology. Come on, why her? Do you think there's no other person in the world that will tolerate you?
No, I don't think that at all. I love her. I love our family. I don't love the
You
vicious...
love someone that will absolutely suck the very life energy from your body.
We have had 12 years of good and bad.